Sergeant. If you put my hands behind my back, that's causing discomfort, which is cruel and unusual punishment.
Okay.
It's cruel and unusual punishment for you to strap my hands behind my back in that position where I can't move.
They'll be released and put in the arms of the chair here just a second.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we, sir? Look what you do to us niggers, isn't it?
All right, lean forward.
You white people feel good doing this, don't you? Yeah, you do, don't you?
Guys, be careful with those arms.
You have to. You have to, don't you? What the fuck are you fucking...
Let's pause here and look closely. Wade is struggling, complaining that the 4 officers are hurting him as they push his upper body down, applying pressure to his neck, and start to uncuff him. What is the rational response here? Remember, Wade's legs and torso are secured to the chair. His hands are cuffed behind his back. Wade isn't a threat. The officers could simply back away from him and start again. But that would be de-escalation, and that's the last thing Sheriff Plummer's jailers would ever do.
Do it in my hands!
Got it.
Get the fuck off me!
That's enough! Stop resisting! That's enough! Stop resisting! Stay in that position right there.
You good?
Watch the hand, watch the hand.
Pepper spray can be deadly. It wasn't designed to be used at point-blank range as Sergeant Eversole deploys it. And to do it to a restrained person is just sadistic. Speaking of Eversole, when videos like this aren't shared, incident reports are the only source the public can use to evaluate what happened. Reading Eversole's report and then watching the footage, we see 2 very different stories. Eversole's report makes it sound like the period between Wade's left hand being uncuffed and the second burst of pepper spray is an eternity. He says, inmate Wade briefly freed his left hand from the correction officer's efforts to secure him within the emergency restraint chair by surrendering his left arm so it could be secured within the emergency restraint chair. I gave inmate Wade multiple warnings to stop resisting, which he ignored. Therefore, I deployed a secondary burst of OC spray to the facial area of inmate Wade. In review, from when Wade's left hand is freed to the second burst of spray is less than 2 seconds. All Wade does is reach up to cover his mouth from the spray, exactly the same thing his jailers are doing. This automatic reflex to being pepper sprayed is Eversole's justification for a second burst of spray, point blank.
Grab his hand.
Got this side.
Watch that arm.
Got him.
Wait,
Got it.
I can't breathe! Can't breathe! Can't breathe! Can't breathe! I 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 can't breathe! Help me, please!
Hang on.
Oh, I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Help me, please!
Here, strap me.
I can't breathe! Help me, please!
Let's get the straps on.
Miguel.
I can't breathe!
Don't you even think about it, man.
I'm not, I just want to breathe.
Yes, do not even.
Shoulder straps on, thank you.
That's the move. Here, let me get this side. Watch your arm, Sarge.
Feet in. Make sure we're cinched in. Double check everything, guys. Get him in the...
Note, one of the jailers has gone Western Bandito on us to protect himself from Eversole's spray play.
Help me, please!
That good?
Yep.
Help me, I can't breathe!
Thank you. Whoa.
Please, somebody help me!
And then the handcuff tether, which is this hook, goes between the 2 handcuffs on the link. Now you're going to release each arm individually, and that's why you put the tether on, so that once you let one arm out, the second arm is still restrained behind the back. The next step is to remove one arm so that you can restrain it. So for that, you have to have the detainee lean forward, using a handcuff key, release one or the other. It doesn't matter which arm you start with. And then once an arm is loose, You first start with the wrist strap. We release the other arm and just repeat the same process. So the arms are fully secured now.
What we have here is not the failure of a few individuals, not the misconduct of one shift or one bad actor. We face the collapse of a system where correctional officers have become judge, jury, and too often, executioner. We see a place where those sworn to maintain order wield pepper spray and tasers instead of patience, where de-escalation is a foreign word, where every cry for help is met with threats, and where cameras serve only to remind us where they cannot see, the shadows where beatings take place, the corners of our community where dignity is stripped away. Let us remember, at Nuremberg, the world declared that no man or woman may hide behind the excuse of just following orders when committing injustice. At My Lai, we learned that soldiers who turn their weapons on the innocent carry a stain that no uniform can wash away. And from the Birmingham jail, Dr. King reminded us that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, that we have a moral duty to stand up, to speak out, and to resist. So today I say, the problem is not merely the death of one man. The problem is the repeated injuries, the repeated deaths, the repeated acts of cruelty that flow from a leadership that has failed, a culture that has rotted, and a system that has abandoned its obligation to humanity. Therefore, I ask that Montgomery County either turn over the administration of this jail to competent, independent, expert troubleshooters who will clean house and restore a culture of lawful care and respect, or shut it down. Let us be clear. This is not a call for vengeance. It is not a call for punishment, for that is up to judge and jury. It is a call for accountability, for reform, and for the restoration of the dignity of every human life, no matter how troubled, no matter how difficult. There can be no more waiting.